The hot tub curmudgeon has had another personal revelation. The last one was pretty spectacular. It was the relationship of Christian evangelicals, Donald Trump, the prophet Hosea, and his wife Gomer the prostitute. If you missed that, you have missed something. You really need to look it up. But today, what I have seen is I'm driving along and it occurs to me, Americans used to like to shoot famous people, but we don't do that anymore. What we like to shoot now is multitudes of people. It's been decades since we shot a famous person. Now, I'm not talking that Selena, the Latina singer. She was shot by a friend, I think, or a fan. And I'm not talking Marvin Gaye. I think he was shot by his dad. No, I'm talking where that unique American itch to get up and get out of the house and go shoot people, anybody. So, was it Ronald Reagan? Was he the last one? I'm talking like JFK, RFK, MLK, George Wallace, John Lennon. So, what is that? Americans used to like to shoot famous people, and now they don't. They prefer to shoot multitudes. Now, I know you're wondering, what is that guy drinking that he would have such macabre thoughts? Well, it's just Crystal Light. But there's actually something quite valuable in this observation about how our preference in shooting people has changed, and that is this. You're not allowed to own your Second Amendment protections does not allow you to own a weapon that is more destructive than in the domain of defense and or hunting. So, for example, you're not allowed to own a shotgun or a machine gun or an explosive device. Those are more destructive than protective. Well, if we could establish to a court's satisfaction that the American preference, taste for shooting people has changed from shooting famous people to shooting multitudes of people, well then, that seems a very good argument that the reason for that change of preference is the assault rifle. And that, if you get that peculiar American itch to just get out of the house and go shoot people, the assault rifle is so much more, seducing to go shoot multitudes of people than to just go shoot Ronald Reagan. All right. So the argument ought to be made in court somewhere by somebody, a real lawyer, not me, that the assault rifle is a destructive weapon and it has produced this change of behaviors. Okay, now something else that comes out of this macabre observation of mine is which world would you rather live in? Would you rather live in a world where some ning-ning shoots John Lennon to impress Jodie Foster? Or would you rather live in a world where some ning-ning goes in and shoots a classroom of kindergartners and first graders? That's a tough choice, isn't it? But you know what? I think I would go with shooting the celebrities. Let's get rid of the assault rifles and get back to shooting individuals. Does anybody out there know a sociologist that could research this very important question? How did we move from this preference? Thank you, and I would just love to hear if anybody's out there